shakalaka!
Tribe up. Great day. Welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Blackjack. About to get at y'all one more time early in the day today. Salute to everybody in the house. Do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, share the video. Title of the show is Captured and Sold into Slavery. Salute. And we're looking at a document, and we'll get into the document. It's a document about the Seminole Nation or the Yamasee or the Cree, whatever you want to call it. It's about the American Indian, and we're about to dive into this document, and it has a genealogical value to it. You may even see some of your ancestors' names here. There are families listed. And this is official documentation of the indigenous people of America. And if you're new over here, you may be surprised who's on the list. Salute. But without further ado, let's just dive right on into it. We're gonna look at the thumbnail first from a third eye point of view, and we see in the search engine. This is just a screenshot from my phone. You see in the search engine, you see IndianTerritory.org. And you see M234 roll 290 frame 358 to 361. It says list of Negroes who have been captured by the troops at Fort Jupiter, East Florida, from the 22nd day of February 1838 to the present date. And here's a list of names on that in the background. And then we got the old Audubon Savage French clock on the front, showing you exactly what the people should look like.
Au bon sauvage. Au Négré l'Amérique.
Hey, salute the legend of Naga Charlie in the house. Tribe up.
Boom shakalaka!
So we got the French Bone Savage clock, the French Noble Savage clock, showing you the American Indian. And we're in Indian Territory once again, and we're talking about the list of Negroes who have been captured by the troops at Fort Jupiter, East Florida, from the 22nd day of February 1838 to the present. Now we know the story of the Trail of Tears and all these other stories, the Seminole Wars. And we knew at the time the government was removing indigenous people and sending them to Indian Territory. But we've been told in school through a false history that you were somehow captured from Africa. But to be honest, the American Negro was captured right at home. And, we got the documentation to prove it, and this genealogical value in this what we're about to look at. So without further ado, let's just get on into it. And we did a teaser on the last live stream showing a sample of this list of Negroes who have been captured by the troops at Fort Jupiter, East of Florida, from the 22nd day of February 1838 to the present day. Now I live in Florida. I'm from Florida. If you live in Florida, if you live in Georgia, or you live possibly anywhere in the stronghold of the Negro, your ancestors could possibly be on this list. Because like I say, I identify as an American Indian, American Negro Indian. That's my identification. I'm not an FBA. I'm not an ADOS. I'm an ANI, American Negro Indian. And it's all over the historical evidence. I don't have to make it up. We're going to look at the names of Indian Negroes. Salute.
You big dummy!
Négré. Et l'Amérique négrée. Au bon sauvage. Au Négré l'Amérique.
So when I tell you I'm an ANI or American Negro Indian, it's not anything I'm making up. It already exists. We just threw an acronym on it like everybody else. So we're looking at this list of Negroes that were captured. They weren't captured in Africa. They weren't Africans at all. They're not African Americans. They're American Negro Indians. To call them an African American would be a lie. To call them black would be a lie. To call them a Pan-African would be a lie. They're neither. These are American Negro Indians. And like I say, the evidence is all over the place, especially if you know where to look. So it's 2 pages on this document. You might see your great-great-grand. This 1838. That's around the time frame where my 3rd great-grandparents were living. So somebody 3rd deep great-grandparents might be. You might see your great-great-grandmama on here. You might see your grandma on here. You might see your grandmother's grandmother or your grandfather's grandfather on this list. And they're gonna go through the names. And look, now I want you to pay attention. They got this looking like a slave list. They're telling you these are Indian Negroes. And they make it owners' names, remarks. But we gotta ask ourselves, are they really slaves? Are these really their owners? Or are their family members? So we're going to look at it, because when you look at the owner's name, I don't see European names. I see indigenous Indian Negro names like Miko Patoki. Like Miko. Like we know Miko is a name, is a Naga name. Because all we got to do is go back to Silas Jefferson, the Muskogee Creek chief. His name was Miko. So his name was Hotoko Miko. So when you see them talking about Miko, I instantly picture a Naga. Salute. I instantly picture a Naga when I see Miko. Salute. Old Breeze in the house. Salute. So when they say the owner's name of these Indian Negroes is a Miko Patoki, I'm thinking Negro. So we got Jack Bowlegs and Harriet Bowlegs on the list. Jack was a male. His owner was Harriet. He was 36 years old. Was Harriet just his mother? We got Nancy, 30 years old, female. They say her owner is Miko Patoki. Now look, I want you to pay attention. With Jack Bowlegs, they show his surname. He's an Indian Negro. I guess he's supposed to be a slave. He has an owner, right? They show his surname, which is the same as his so-called owner. They didn't show Nancy's surname. Is it Patoki? They're going to tell you, oh, that's a slave name. But is it truly a slave name? Or are these family surnames and you've been being lied to? Is Nancy Patoki just a descendant of Miko? And then you got Sancho, you got Harriet, Fanny, and Joe. Don't show their last names, but is it just Patoki? Now look, Nancy, on the name Miko Patoki, remarks the wife of Jack. So Nancy is the wife of Jack Bowlegs. Is this Nancy Bowlegs? Is this just tribal affiliation? Because all I'm seeing is Indian names. Jack Bowlegs, Nancy Bowlegs, Harriet Bowlegs, Miko Patoki. Sancho, comma. So I guess all this is a Miko Patoki. Child of Jack. Jack's children. Jack's wife and his children. Sam Bowlegs. Harriet Bowlegs again. Diana. Now look, for Diana it just says Tommy, no last name. The wife of Sam. So Diana is just Sam's wife. Hester, their children, Hester, Fanny, and Lizzie. Look, Fanny is a common name. My second great grandmother, one of my second great grandmothers named Fanny. It's funny because they changed her name so many times. We thought it was Matilda. That wasn't even it. Her name was Fanny. But look how many times Fanny is on the list. Fanny is all over the list. Fanny again down here. Just making a point. The wife of Sam, the daughter of Diana, son of Diana, Fanny, Lizzie, Frederick, Rihanna. Is that Rihanna? No, Arena. Rina, female, child of Diana, Peggy, Bella, Lossie, Fanny, look, Lossie is free. Sakawatpi, Fanny. Wife of Lossie, child of Fanny. Elsie, Tenny, Faye, Leah, Liddy, Lottie, Hester. Hey, shout out to my partner. I got a partner named Jason. His mama named Lottie. Hester, Dick, Holatuchi, husband of Elsie, Holatuchi, Sakawatpi, Ben. These not African words. I hope y'all paying attention. A Dunmore family in the house. Salute, tribe up. Molly, Judy, Winey, Ned, Maria, Polly, Amy, Davy, Rofa. This is a lot of Indian Negroes that were captured. And we just on page 1. American Negro Indians. Anybody that don't know, there's no list of red men. They don't exist. I keep telling y'all.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make changes.
The history is all about you. Davy, Rofile, Jim, Scipio. I like that, Scipio. Bess. Hard Time. Somebody named Hard Times. Dang. Hey, boy, our ancestors funny, boy. Look at this Naga jump. Look at this. Somebody's name was Hard. It was an Indian Naga named Hard Times. It's a rapper named Hard Times. No, it's a rapper in Florida named Broke AF. He just got in an accident or something, too, I heard recently. Broke A. Y'all look up the rapper from Florida named Broke AF. I think he was like in a coma or paralyzed or something crazy. Child of Ben, wife of Scipio, Bess, McCanopy. Y'all know who McCanopy is. That's a famous Indian name. Jumper, McCanopy. Somebody named Hard Times, Torque here, Porus with a question mark. John Black, Long Bob, Flora, Eve. With a question mark, Tenny. I got a relative named Teeny. We call her Teeny because she teeny, like she tiny. Beck, Maria, Charles, Katie, Jim, Nancy, Hardy, Sally, Plenty, Rose, War. Somebody named War. Halik Hajo, Mechanipi, Coca Chakwe. So we Squaw. Jack, Sally, Rachel, Kozar, Jesse, Nancy, Bacchus. Dang, Bacchus. That's like tobacco. Bacchus. Sue, Thomas, Carolina, Tinar, Rose, Barb, Rofile, Hetty, Belinda, Nancy, Rose, Sarah Ann, Straffar, Primus, Sandy, Lucy, Hernar, Hinar, Rose, Hanab, Elsie, Thomas, Dimbo, and July. All those with question marks. That's 89 names on the first page. So on the second page, page 2. There's some funny names on this list. We might have to even skip over some of them. They kind of on the wild side. This list of Negroes. So we got Susie, Nellie Factor, the owner. Nellie Factor. I know that's a Naga. Cause see, I know about Florida and the Seminoles and my Indian Nagas. I know. Cause Nellie Factor got it. They talking about that slave owner. Nellie Factor gotta be just as so-called black, just like Pompey. You gotta
Darkness, everybody! Everyone! Darkness is ready!
black is Pompey Factor is black as Wildcat, Oklahoma, where white men were warned to leave before sundown. Pompey Factor, black as hell. But look how they depict them on this thing. They try to whitewash him. How he go from this to this on this little memorial? That ain't the real Pompey Factor. Trying to hijack us, trying to make it look like a red man. So if that's Pompey Factor, I know Nellie Factor gotta be just as black. He's the owner, I guess. The family member, man. That's Susie Factor, Nanny Factor. Look, Nelly Jr. down here. See, they're telling you you was a slave, telling you these are slave owners. These are your elders, your family. The owner, your daddy own you. Your daddy beat your ass. Your daddy beat your ass, make you go in there and wash dishes and all like he should. He own you. He made your ass. So Nelly Jr. is Nelly Factor Jr. These are their children, not their slaves. But it did. But you know what? It never did insinuate they were slaves. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's me because I've been brainwashed so bad like we all have. That just because I saw owner here, even though I don't see slave nowhere, I see owner and I see Indian Negroes. My brainwashed ass made the assumption of slave. This has nothing to do with slavery. Your mother and your father own you. So if I can fall victim to the brainwash, we all can, right? It's Indian Negroes, not slaves. The owners are their family. Harriet and Jack Bowleg, they own Nancy, Sancho, and Harriet. These are family members. Nelly Jr., Nelly Factor Jr., Nelly, Costobo, Jenny, Mag, Jack, Sarah, Holatucci, Tamar. Look, like Tamar Braxton. Tamar. See, like I be cracking jokes, but I crack the jokes for a reason. They're trying to bring some down to earth to this and let people see. Just relax. It's us for real. Tamar. I don't know who they talk about, man. Who the only people on earth got anybody even with a name similar to that? Look, Ishmael, Phoebe, Kozar, Peggy. That's another. Kozar is a popular name. Charles, Hagar. Hey, y'all see 106. I'm trying to keep it monetized this time. I ain't gonna be wilding too hard. Harriet, Henar, Ned, Old John, Mechanic. See, I believe the owners probably is the tribal leaders, cause like they when you start looking at it, like see, Pompey Factor is a chief. Nelly Factor probably was a chief too. I know, Negro Seminole Indian. Flora is a popular name. I got one of my third great grandmother's name is Flora. That's a very popular name amongst our people. Jim, Rose, Millie, William. My little brother named William. Hannah, Kozar, Eve. That's the second time we saw Eve. Dolly, Sam, Phyllis, Jeffrey, Miley, John, Betsy, John, Titus. I got a partner named Titus. I ain't seen Titus' ass in a while. I got a partner named Titus. He looked like a nigga named Titus. When we were teenagers, that nigga was like a musclehead. That nigga used to walk around the neighborhood like with this little workout thing he used to be carrying. Like, you know how people got them hand things they squeeze to strengthen their hand? He had one for like your whole arm. That nigga, he had like a bin bar. That nigga was pumping his chest up. We played football together. Managa Titus. Salute to Managa Titus. Ben, Judy, Sam, Judy, Tony, Jenny. Jenny is very popular. Katie, Dina, Tom, Susie, Thursday. Hey, Thursday is a popular name amongst our people too, believe it or not. Just like Friday. Friday is a name amongst our people. Hey, John, Linda, Dice, Hester, Nancy, Stephanie, Jack, Sarah, Sambo. Damn, somebody's name was Sambo. I told y'all this list crazy. July. Michael Jackson indigenous ancestor name was July. Hector, infant child. Yeah, Michael Jackson had an ancestor named July. We did a live stream on it one time. Michael Jackson ancestor July. Yeah, Michael Jackson, they whole family Indians for real, man. When you dig into that, July Gale, Jack Gale, July Gale, that's his last name. I couldn't think of it. Like Michael and them last name really Gale. If you really dig into it, like I keep telling y'all, they was changing the names. Look, the name Jackson originates from his great grandfather on his father's side, Jack Gale. See, his father was the son of Jack. That's how they get the last name Jackson. They last name, their surname really was Gale. And when Michael Jackson died unexpectedly, he didn't know July Gale was an Indian. Look, let me put it up. We did a live stream on it before. July Gale. Nobody called him July. Look, where are Michael's ancestors from? Look. Oh, this is a blog. No, let's put it up for real. Discovered the intriguing paternal lineage. So Michael, yeah, it's intriguing out there in Gary, Indiana, where all the other Indians at. In Indiana. I know in Indianapolis. Yeah, all the Indians. Discovered the captivating legacy of Michael Jackson, King of Pop. The Jackson family line started with a man named July. See? Get this off my screen. Man, what they just did, man. With a man named July. Part of the Jackson family story begins in Sumter, South Carolina, on the plantation of James Joe. See, I always want to throw you on plantation. He an Indian. Straight up. Who was a descendant of the French Huguenot Claude Philip. In his will written in 18, James bequeathed an enslaved man named July to his daughter Mary Gale. Mary married Josiah Gale III, and records will later show them living in Amite County, Mississippi. July Gale. That's Israel Nero Jackson. Look, the Gale surname evolved into Jack's son through patronymics to the patriarchs. Naga. Let me see. Look, his Naga name was Israel. Literally Jacob, my Naga. Look. Hold on. During the era of slavery, legal marriage, blah blah blah. I'm trying to pull up his Indian background. July defied these restrictions, blah blah blah, with Gina. And they had a son named Israel, born in 1838 in Amite, Mississippi. Israel birth marked a significant chapter in the Jackson family, symbolizing endurance, resilience, blah blah blah. Tell the truth about the Naga being an Indian, man. The Naga was a medicine man. Didn't have an attached slave name, Thomas Jackson. They blew right past it. Nero Jackson was an industrious. Look, Nero called Nero Jack's son. July went by his nickname Jack. His son Israel was named Nero. Nero eventually adopted the surname Jackson, which is still in use today. Nero Jackson was industrious. Nero was reportedly the father of upwards of 20 children with numerous women. Most of the children were born by a woman named Emmeline. I can't believe they holding out the Indian stuff. All right, I'm gonna put it up somewhere else. They won't. Okay, I'll put it up in another one then, so they ain't want to put it here. Let me just type it. July Gale. I'm putting Native American. Watch this. See, the name Jackson was received by us from my great grandfather on the part of the father, July Gale. Nobody called him July. Everybody called him just Jack. Great grandfather Jack was born in the Choctaw tribe in the beginning of the 19th century, the beginning of 1800. He was Indian shaman. Salute. And on their mama side, the same thing. Their mama side, their mama 3/4 on this common. Like Tom Washington in the house, Dark and Light in the house. You know what I'm saying? Israelite plight in the house. But I just wanted to bring that up about his name being July, and then we connect the dots and we go back to the list. Look, number 149, July. Somebody named July. That's a common name of our people. And these is Negroes. Don't let nobody tell you these Indian Negroes. List of Negroes. What kind of Negroes? Indian Negroes. Just like Jack's son. Jack's son, I keep telling you, it's not a slave name. That's an Israelite name, son of Jack. My last name is Jackson. I know for a fact it's a Hebrew name. It ain't don't let them tell you it's a European, Anglo. That's lies. Jack's son is a Hebrew name. It literally means the son of Jacob. Salute. It's like John's son is. Also, John is just a derivative of Jack. It's just a variation of Jack. slaves and citizens of Florida. Look. Now see, this a whole separate list. Look, Bob Moses. See, they ain't say slaves up here. Now they talking slaves. Look, somebody named Cheetah Yahola. Who named Cheetah Lahola? Hajo. Bob Moses. See, Israelites, Managa. I told y'all, Managa. Dick, Jabba, Jake like Jacob, Managa, Patience. Somebody named Patience. Every sister I know named Patience was pretty. I know I met 2 sisters in my life named Patience. They were pretty too. Look, Rihanna. Let me stop playing with the Rihanna. Cuffy, Nancy, Emmeline, Pompey, Thomas, Sue, Peggy. Remarks, return to owner. Lame at Fort Jupiter, returned to owner, sent to Tampa. Slave, Indian Negroes, 151 Indian Negroes, 14 slaves, total 165 warriors, women and children 123. You got dates, numbers, tribes, names, everything you need except a slave ship from Africa. And they certify that the above list is correct.
Boom shakalaka!
And I appreciate y'all joining me for this quick one. I'm gonna holler at y'all a little bit later. We out. Peace.